Ladies and gentlemen, good evening. How are you doing? Hopefully, well, it's great here in California. Thank you for joining us here at the BMW Villa at Pebble Beach. It is a special occasion as we continue to celebrate our 40th anniversary this year. We have a host of activities this weekend, starting with 2 world premieres here tonight. You will also hear from members of our BMW family who are the driving forces behind BMW's legendary design, performance and racing heritage. Now, to kick things off, please welcome the racing chairman and CEO of BMW North America, Ludwig Village.
Good evening. I hope you like that as much as I do. And I wonder why corporate communication has kept me from doing this for 20 years. But I can only warn our guys I will do this again. Well, this car will really symbolizes our success in the United States for the last 40 years. Actually, the week when BMW North America was founded, this car won the 12 Hours of Sebring. I'm very happy and proud to say that tonight one of the drivers that won the race that night is Brian Redmond, and he is here tonight. Brian, where are you? Well, we thought that to put BMW on the map, we should put big decals on our racing cars saying Bavarian Motor Works, because rumor had it that B stood for British, and we didn't want that to happen. And then we thought establishing the ultimate driving machine in the United States only meant we needed to go racing, and some clever predecessor of mine had convinced the board at the time that the only way to establish BMW in the United States as the ultimate driving machine was to go racing. And we still are racing to this day, and I'm also very happy that the head of our racing activities, Bobby Rahal, is here tonight as well. Bobby, welcome. Actually, we meant to win the 12 Hours of Sebring 40 years later. Actually, the whole team that was there in 75 was there again, and it wasn't the lack of trying and the lack of motivation on my side to the team, but it just wasn't meant to be. But a couple of weeks later, we came in 1-2 at Laguna Seca this year, which we hadn't accomplished in 75. So here you go. Some you lose, some you win. But who should talk about this all together is Bill Oberlin, who's been racing for us for almost 20 years. Bill, where are you? There he is. How's it going?
It is going fantastic.
And how does it feel to drive a car that is, so to say, the little brother of that car, and also went to Sebring this year, but tell me what happened.
One of the best experiences of my life. We went to Sebring, and BMW brought all of the original members of the CSL that won in 1975. All the crew, the drivers, Brian Redmond, Hans Stuck, and it was a great experience. They even signed the rear wing of the Z4. We didn't quite get the victory there.
I know.
We then won in Long Beach, and we won in Laguna Seca.
So how's the season going? What's the expectation for the rest of the season?
Season's going fantastic. We are battling with Corvette back and forth. We're in the championship lead. We're a point out. It's back and forth. We're going to Petit Le Mans. It's going to come down to the wire on the last one.
Well, good luck with that. I'll be there, and I'll keep my fingers crossed.
Thank you very much.
Hi, Bill.
Well, ladies and gentlemen, 2 months ago at the Villa d'Este, we paid tribute to our victory at Sebring and introduced a first car that paid homage to our race in Sebring in '75. We called it the CSL Hommage, but BMW wouldn't be BMW if we would have stood still. Now we're coming up with the Hommage R, the BMW CSL Hommage R, and nobody could talk better and more confidently about this as the head of design of BMW, Mr. Karim Habib. Karim, floor is yours.
Thank you. Yeah, this is the 3.0 CSL Hommage R, and R stands for racing. And the car, the way you see it today, is actually the way we intended the car to be from the first time you see it. We presented it in this. It does sound almost as good as the two cars that you heard before. And this, the way you see it, actually, the first sketches that we had exactly the stripes that you see here, had the numbers. The 25 was there on the original sketch that we decided to build. And of course, now as well you understand and you see why, for example, we had the wide track connected to the wing the way it is this way. And we showed it in Villa d'Este in the more street-like version, but here the racing version is exactly the way it was meant to be from the start. There's a few other things that we did that are different from the car we showed a few months ago. A few little details, for example, the kidneys now are fully open, showing basically the racing qualities of it, the need for air. We have a new spoiler lip in the front. We also have a new diffuser in the rear. The other thing that's really important about this car is that we changed the interior. We have new seats. We have new seats that are actually connected to the frame. So the whole carbon fiber story that we're trying to tell here is now more complete than when you saw it in Villa d'Este. What is also important is that we're keeping this idea of reduced information here with a bit more information that you would need on a racetrack. If you look at the car, when you go inside, you'll see that there's actually the wood panel that's in front of you. We're using as well here as a display where you can see the track, like Luna Seca in this case, is also illuminated through the wood. And what's very important, as you can see here, Wolfgang wearing this very elegantly, we worked with Puma actually, with Puma Motorsport. They designed the suit for us, where they also tried some important technologies to them. For example, you see this belt. Basically, the central area is a 3D woven belt, so it's lighter because it's actually less material, and it's ergonomically better when you're sitting. They also designed the lightest shoes they've ever designed. There's actually carbon fiber in the shoes. And also important, because we're talking about, for us, the future of racing, is the connection between the car and the driver and the information. You can see here an LED stripe that basically when you connect, when you hold the steering wheel, will then show that there's a flow of information from the car to the helmet, and the visor in the helmet is meant to have a type of head-up display inside as well. That's the design of the CSL Hommage R. I think it speaks for itself. But the important thing for us is we're paying here homage to obviously a fantastic car that won 40 years ago. But we're mostly paying homage to the racing heritage of this great brand that is BMW. And you can see today that racing is just as important today as it was in the past. Thank you.
Ladies and gentlemen, we are not done yet. Those of you who've been here for a couple of years will remember 2 years ago we showed the first concept car of the BMW M4. Now the M4 has had special derivatives in the past, starting with the E30 or the E36 and so forth. It started with the M3 Evolution and ended with the M3 CTS. Now we're very happy to show you a first glimpse into the future as far as BMW M4 is concerned with the M4 GTS. And the gentleman that's going to explain the car will be joining me right now, the head of product strategy at BMW M, Mr. Carsten, please.
Unveil the new BMW Concept M4 GTS. Thank you very much. This certainly adds further to the excitement of everyone at BMW and back home in Munich that we can present this nice concept car here tonight in Pebble Beach. The concept gives an outlook on a very emotional, innovative and exclusive special model from BMW M, which obviously plays a very important role for us and will make it to the roads very shortly. We have two very important technologies, new innovations here with this car. One is water injection for a significant boost of power output and torque of the engine. And the second one are the rear lights in organic LED technology for a very distinctive and technical appearance. Let's take a closer look onto the car, starting in the front. At the lower end you see the front splitter in carbon fiber. For increased downforce will be manually adjustable. The hood that you can see here is also made of carbon fiber reinforced plastics. It features an air outlet for optimized airflow, and at the same time it obviously helps reduce the front lift or the lift of the front axle. Underneath the hood you find a 3-liter inline 6-cylinder M twin-power turbo engine with water injection. How does the system work? Just in a few words. Obviously we use water to be sprayed as mist into the collector of the air intake module. This then reduces the temperature of the intake air and allows the engine to operate at a higher boost pressure and obviously also with earlier ignition timing, and that's what at the end of the day allows us to increase the power when we bring this car onto the streets. On the side, especially for you guys here in this area, you see the new wheel design designed by Karim and his team with a very strong accentuation in acid orange. The wheels have cup tires on them for increased performance. The dimensions are 19-inch in the front and 20-inch here in the rear. Talking about the rear, also a few very prominent elements. First of all, obviously, the rear wing. You can easily see the car is heavily inspired by motor racing, our heritage, our pedigree at BMW M. It is designed for racetrack use while being fully road legal, as you can expect from such a special model. So you see the manually adjustable rear wing. We also have a new and modified exhaust system with a titanium silencer, and that is surrounded by a very nice diffuser insert also in carbon fiber. As you can see, lightweight technology also plays a very important role here. And last but not least, we have applied a new innovative organic LED technology for the rear lights that have given our designers a very good level of freedom to design a shape that will be instantly recognizable and that will be really striking when this car is ready for production. We expect to be really the first ones to have this new innovative technology available for our customers and make another strong statement about our technological aspirations.
Thank you, Carsten. Thank you, Karin. Thank you, Bill. Thank you, Ludwig. Ladies and gentlemen, you've just seen and heard the reason why the ultimate driving machine is not just a slogan. It is the heart and the lifeblood of BMW. Thank you for joining today, and now we invite you to take a closer look at this beautiful car. Thank you very much.